Hi everybody, Lori here for Mama Elephant. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a couple of adorable projects to share with you using products from the latest April release with Mama Elephant. So I'm going to start card number 1 using this new creative cut. It's called the Grid Planter. And what it does is cut a bunch of windows in a A2 size panel with a cute little faux stitching border around the edge. Now I went ahead and die cut one into some white cardstock. I'm popping out all the squares, and then you can see if you look up close that little stitched border around the edge. And then now for the images. Oh my goodness gracious. This stamp set is called It's Okay. I used a bunch of images from that along with a couple of cactuses from the Little Succulents agenda. Maybe they're called succulents. And there's cute little faces that you can stamp in the pots if you so desire. So I have a bunch of images on my Misty here ready to go. I'm stamping them with some intense black ink, which is Copic friendly. But I will tell you, in my testing of all the Copic friendly inks, I feel like you still have to let it dry for quite a while. Okay, so I'm adding the cute little faces into the pots of the 2 succulents. I'm going to get to Copic coloring. Not my favorite thing to do, so I speed this up. I keep it really simple. I like a nice, light, airy feel. I believe this is a kitty cat. That one's easy. I think the one before it, I guess that could be a pig or maybe a bear. I don't know. Sometimes it's a guessing game. But I'll tell you, they're so cute. I love the panda. I'm going to try to fit in as much color as I can. All of these little images are going to fit inside that grid planter that I die cut to begin with. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. I want an image for every square opening. Okay, and so we have a little aqua pot here that I'm doing. Is this called a succulent or a cactus? Is a cactus a succulent? I probably should Google this before I did my voiceover. Whatever the case, I'm doing it in green. But I'm sure you could do any color. I did Google cactus cartoon images to get some mojo flowing. Because the next card is really cute. So I popped out all the images using the coordinating creative cuts, and then I went ahead and die cut 2 more of that grid planter, and I'm going to stack these up because dimension is life. And I thought about cutting slivers of foam tape to go behind it, but then when I looked at how intricate this die was, I thought it might be easier just to glue 3 together. And that'll give it a little bit of dimension. I love the shadow. Kind of pops it up a bit. So I'm going to glue this onto a cream card base. So you've got the grid in white, the card base in cream. It's a neutral on neutral contrast. Match made in heaven. Peanut butter and jelly. Forget about it. Okay, popping that up. Now I put little foam tape behind all of these images and going to pop them up in the little squares. Lots of different ways you can do this. You want to put what I love is how these little images from It's Okay just kind of hang. See how their little paws hang over the little window? And that just gets me. That just gets me. Look at that cute little fan. And there's a little stack of books. Now for a sentiment, I'm using the So Appreciated sentiment set that just came out in the April release. It's big and bold. I did Happy We Are Friends, stamped it in black onto white using the coordinating creative cut. Take it off camera. I'll run it through my die cutting machine and then pop it out. Now again, I wanted to give this one a little bit of dimension, so I went ahead and glued 3 white blank ones together. Then I glue the stamped one on top, and this gives it just a little bit of heft. Makes it substantial, makes you look like you mean business. I'm going to pop this up right in the center. Happy We Are Friends. I'm not going to add any embellishments because I think that those critters just steal the show. I mean, they just melt my heart. Now here's a fun one. This is the Cactus Builder creative cut. I'm going to make a shape card. So here's the big pot, which I'm die cutting into a white card base. I got that hinge hanging off the side. So when you die cut the pot into it, it makes a little pot shape card. I've got some pattern paper here. This is by Honeybee Stamps. And I saw this little watercolor wash paper, and I thought that would make a beautiful, soft flower pot, or should I say cactus pot. Okay, so then I die cut the pot. I'm going to glue it, adhere it. I'm using tape runner. Glue the pattern paper on top of the card base, and there you have a little shape card flower pot card. Now we're going to add the cactus. I did 2 shades of green, and there's a lot of different cactus parts in here. You can build it how you want to build it. You want to make it small, you want to make it big, add all the little bubbles and whatnot. I'm not really a cactus expert, okay, but cute little detail in the different cactuses. Okay, so I peeled back my pattern paper because I thought I'm going to slip that in. Slip it right in. So I carefully pulled back the pattern paper, taped it back down, and there you have the base. And I thought I'll add a little bit more, a couple little additional growths. I don't know what you call all these little pieces that begin to grow on top of cactuses. Again, I probably should have Googled that. I don't know my cactus anatomy. But it sure is darn cute. Now this is getting large. I would probably create my own envelope for a card this size. I would say it would fit a 4x6 envelope, like a standard greeting size card that you'd buy at the drugstore. It would fit one of those envelopes. Otherwise, I have my envelope punch board, and I can make my own out of all the pattern paper that I hoard. And then there's these little flower dies that come in the Cactus Builder die set that you can add little tiny flowers on top of your cacti. And I just Googled that because I was going to say cactuses. And I'm glad I corrected myself. It's cacti. And you know what else I learned in my very short 30-second research on Google? That cacti and succulents are 2 different things. They're not the same. Okay, so there you have your little lesson for today. Maybe you already knew all this. I, however, did not. Okay, for the sentiment, I'm using that same So Appreciated stamp set. Big and bold, thanks for everything. Stamped it with VersaFine Onyx Black ink onto white cardstock, then using the coordinating creative cut, I went ahead and die cut 3 more blank white ones using that coordinating creative cut. And I'm going to stack them up with glue. It's an alternative to create dimension if you don't want to cut slivers of foam tape. I, however, most often cut slivers of foam tape, but today I thought, hey, let's switch it up. Let's try something new. Maybe you'll like it. This is how you live on the edge. So I'm going to glue this right in the center of my little cacti pot. And here you have a cutie patootie little thank you shape card. You know what would be really cute to put that gift with is to give someone a little cacti or a little succulent as a gift. How cute would that be? Okay, so there you have 2 projects featuring the latest April release with Mama Elephant. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.